And welcome to a new testing cycle dedicated to Fenix NTM nano-plastic fronts. This material made quite a splash when it first came out because it was introduced as a nano-plastic. The manufacturer claims it doesn't leave fingerprints, that it's generally easy to clean, and most interestingly, they say you can even heal micro scratches with an iron. We'll test that claim in a separate dedicated episode later. So I've prepared the markings. To the touch, the surface feels velvety matte, with a soft touch effect. At the same time, most finishes like this tend to get dirty very easily. In future tests, I'll definitely compare it to matte lacquer with a soft touch top coat and different soft touch films, and you'll see how poorly those usually clean. But this material has its own structure and supposedly it should clean very well. So let's apply all the contaminants and see how it behaves. Everything is applied, now we let it dry. Alright, we've reached the second stage of the stain test for the Fenix front. Let me make a prediction. Most likely, everything will clean off perfectly, because with every new test I'm more and more confident in what I already know about materials. Theoretically, this material should be non-porous, so everything should come off easily. Let's check that. We take water and wipe vertically. Wine goes first, sunflower oil too, betadine comes off instantly, ketchup needs a bit more effort, marker doesn't come off. Now we add fairy. Marker still doesn't budge. Now sieve. Same story. Wine, oil and betadine come off instantly. Then tea, then ketchup. Marker still stays. Let's see what vodka does. Similar behavior. But tea and ketchup are harder to remove, because they are water-based, and vodka contains alcohol. Marker still doesn't come off. By the way, about the marker, since I use it for marking, you can already see how it behaves with each cleaner. Because I am wiping in vertical strokes, if the lines remain, that means the cleaner doesn't remove it. Now melamine sponge. It handles wine and sunflower oil perfectly. It also starts removing the marker, you can already see that. Interesting point, for some reason betadine doesn't respond to the melamine sponge. It just doesn't want to come off this way. But at the same time, it cleans easily with regular cleaning agents. Marker. Can be removed quite easily with a melamine sponge. Alright, now acetone. Most likely it will be harmless for this Fenix material and remove the marker instantly. And yes, that's exactly what happens. I'm not trying to remove the other stains with acetone because that would be pointless. So here's the result. The only thing left is to check how acetone affects the surface. Let's test it on this dry area. By feel, nothing. And in reality, nothing as well. You know, it's actually interesting, you can even feel the difference. Acetone is a solvent, and when I tried cleaning a matte lacquer front earlier, I could feel the cloth starting to drag. Here it slides smoothly, but on lacquer after a few seconds it started to stick. That means the coating begins to dissolve slightly, creating a sort of softened layer that you are basically rubbing off like plasticine. So that's an interesting detail. Overall, Fenix performs very well in terms of stain resistance. It cleans quickly and easily. I've added the results to the table. It scored the maximum 60 points because all household stains were removed easily. And the marker is fairly easy to remove with a melamine sponge and instantly with acetone, without damaging the surface. Hope this episode was useful for you. See you in the next videos.